Hello and welcome to How Mundane, the least interesting place on the internet. Today, the Super Bowl has ended, baseball is back, 2025 Topps is out. Got a jumbo hobby box to open here. Let's talk some baseball. It's been quite the offseason. The Dodgers, of course, have amassed quite a ridiculous roster, adding to their already ridiculous roster and deferring all sorts of payments for that roster well into the future. I have to say, I was not crazy about this design when I saw it. The Jazz Chisholm released on the Topps socials, but seeing it in person, it's actually better. There's kind of a nice metallic effect to what I thought was just going to be a flat thing. I still kind of don't get the baseball diamond accent, but it's grown on me a little bit in person. So Corey Seager. So with the Dodgers amassing this huge roster of deferred payments, hey, that is a cool pattern. Carlos Narvaez. There's this year's Heritage look. Interesting insert. Got a lot of people talking about the thing that we seem to keep coming back to in Major League Baseball, and that is, do we need a salary cap or not? All the other major professional sports have one. The NFL and NHL have the hard cap. The NBA's got its soft cap. They're all formulated a little different. So, would a salary cap in baseball bring in more? Here is a gold insert of 2025. Paul Goldschmidt relic. That's a pretty cool one. The Corbin Carroll. Imanaga. '24 greatest hits. So it's an interesting problem to think through from a couple different standpoints. On the one hand, the postseason format for MLB, while the Dodgers certainly succeeded in kind of buying their way through a championship, and the Yankees have done so in the past as well, it's not a guaranteed thing because the postseason is fairly unpredictable in the format that it currently is. But on the other hand, could we get maybe some additional competitive balance? Certainly in theory, you couple a salary cap with a floor. Matt Chapman again of that cool sparkly look. Babe Ruth. 2024 Topps all-team inserts. Jackson Merrill. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a little torn. On the one hand, it would be nice to see, particularly coming in with salary floor, to balance things out a little bit and make sure nobody's just totally in the tank. But I would actually, rather than just implementing roughly the same thing we've got in other professional leagues in the US, would rather actually see something a little more creative maybe brought to the table. Just throwing out this idea. But one, I think continuing to increase minor league pay is definitely something that brings value to everyone. Here is a CJ Stroud throwing out the first pitch again. But I would be interested in, besides the obvious of getting rid of the whole deferred payments concept, because this is getting absurd at this point, what if, in addition to adding a floor and maybe a luxury tax, you introduce a mechanic where the highest paid person on the roster can only be paid some multiple of whatever the lowest paid person on the roster is, which has the interesting effect of either pulling down some of the completely absurd top end, or what I think is more likely to happen, actually bringing more value to people who are on the lower end but on the roster. So, I mean, say it's 100 times multiple. So, and maybe 100 isn't the right number. Maybe it's 50 or something. But for the sake of me doing easy math in my head, let's call it 100. Right now, the minimum anyone can make in Major League, last I looked, it was $700 and something thousand for a year. So let's call it 750. That means that if you're going to stick with the league minimum, the most you could pay any player on the roster for one season would be $75 million. And that's why maybe the 100 multiple is too big. But it would certainly be interesting if you wanted to try and attract a superstar to say, okay, well, look, we got to be paying everybody $1 million because we want to pay them $100 million. Would it work? I have no idea, but it would certainly kind of emphasize how, I think more so than other sports, baseball requires the most full team effort, in my opinion, of any major sport. You can have, individuals obviously make an impact, but one person really can't carry the team the way that, say a franchise quarterback can potentially carry an entire team in the NFL, or the way that, simply having one superstar with some really good supporting cast can potentially work in the NBA, or even to a degree the NHL. Obviously one person can't be everywhere on the field. You, other than Shohei Ohtani, don't have people who can handle both the pitching and the batting. All right, that is an Ichiro autograph on the throwback card. That is a cool one. And of course, to get that Ichiro, the year he makes it into the Hall of Fame by a nearly unanimous vote. Good card to pull. Anyway, it's just a thought I was having the other day that it would be interesting if, in coming to some kind of thing to address the salary issue in MLB, somebody came up with a slightly more creative solution than simply, replicating either the hard cap approach or the NBA soft cap luxury tax approach, which I mean they kind of have now because you have the luxury tax of sorts, but it's not really a cap. Really, more than anything else, the deferred payments thing is what, to me, throws off any sense of balance within the MLB, because people are getting the benefit now of funds they don't have to count now. So simply throwing out deferred payments, to me, solves a bunch of the issue and kind of forces everything back into line. I don't know what you do about all those deferred payments that exist. If you're going to at some point dial that back in the other direction. So it'll certainly be an interesting problem to solve. Gary Larkin, James Wood. All right, let's see what's in the silver packs. There's a Buxton and a Harper. Lindor, Frank Thomas, Gunnar Henderson, and Corbin Carroll. That's not a bad little haul out of the silver packs. So what do you think of 25 Tops? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for being mundane with us. We'll see you next time. Bye.